Hello. It is time for a new league. So this week we're back on depth. I've been dabbling with some other decks and it's been very, very fun, but it's also been time to think a little bit ahead. And although it's still far from today, I do have tournaments coming up and I have not really found a deck outside of depths that I've been comfortable with, so I thought I'd take this for a spin in worst case to remind myself that I'm not supposed to play this deck, and in best case get a positive result, which is something I can build more on towards the future. For this league, I haven't created a list of my own. I've just taken a list from another depths player that has shown good results. So it's going to be good to see if I can continue forward with it, and then hopefully we can look at sleeving up depths for our next tournament. But for now, I'm not going to go through the list that much in detail. Unlike the lists that I've played recently, this list is without Urza Saga. I don't think that we need the Urza Saga passing package right now, and the format is as it is. It doesn't help us against our troublesome matchups. Instead, we're just trying to avoid the troublesome matchups. We have a little bit more towards combo and a little bit more towards graveyard decks. I also want to test out the Nadu matchup with the Disruptor Flutes in the board, see if that helps us pull ahead there, and then we'll see. So I'll see you for the first round. And we're live for the first round. We're going to be on the draw. The mana's a little bit shaky, but we'll keep this. See if we catch another green source on the way. It would be really devastating. That's not a card that I like that much, but maybe we'll be able to bounce it with the Caracas. So, no, there's the Caracas. Let's bounce it. I don't know if it's the correct play to bounce it here or if the correct play is to play the Reclaimer, but it might be a little bit of a nuisance for them. Now they need to go Tamiyo into Brainstorm if they want to flip it directly. Maybe that's more a fun play than it is a good play, but well, they're going Pondering, so that's always something. It also plays around Days on the Reclaimer, which isn't completely out of the question. All right, so there we have Tamiyo back again. That means that they can't reanimate us, so that's a good draw. We're going to play that, and we're going to bin the step. And then we'll play Yavimaya, and here... So the option here is to go for Reclaimer or sand it for a one-drop. I will play Reclaimer here, and then we can sand it for Dryad Arbor. Yeah, I think sanding for Dryad Arbor is good here. We need some more lands in play, and this allows us to ramp a little bit. And then we're going to bounce the Tamiyo. Next turn we can either go Civil Library or Ramanip. I'd like to play out the Bog as well, but I want them to have something in the graveyard for me to exile, even though if it's just like a troll or something like that, but just something. So they went fetch land. They have 6 cards in hand. That's a lot of cards. Hopefully Library will allow us to catch up. That's the push on the Reclaimer. If they go Murktide here, no, they're 1 card away from Murktide. That means that we can at least postpone Murktide a little bit next turn by going Bog. I think Bog, Library, and then keep Caracas up for Tamiyo. No, they've drawn 3 cards this turn already, so Tamiyo will flip. Because this is the second Ponder, right? No, this is the first Ponder. All right. I thought that because they went Ponder last turn, so they went Push, Tamiyo, now Ponder this turn, yeah. Knight is also interesting, but I still think bouncing Tamiyo is good here. And then we're going to play Library before, if they want to counter it before the Bog. So if they counter it now, we'll have an extra card in the graveyard. They did not. And we'll exile their graveyard here to see if we can make Murktide a little bit worse. And then we'll attack them for 1. Next turn, we're probably going to go for Knight, but it depends a little bit on what we draw as well. We need something that can pressure Tamiyo, because eventually they're gonna reach a turn where they can find mana to draw both cantrip a lot and play. Okay, that's a Bowmasters. Yeah, that makes the Library a little bit worse. Does it make Library bad enough not to draw a card? Let's see, that would cost us a lot of life. So we'll actually not use it now, because now we still have something that we can play that's good. We'll play knight, see if that's all right. It was, and then we'll play the Lush Portugal. I'll keep that on top. That seems exactly like the card we want. Now push is good here if they have a fetch land, or if there's any other way. So I think that if they attack with the Orc army here, we're not blocking, because that's a free revolt. I want to make them work for it, although I don't see them attacking with our Orc army token. But in the case that they do, we're not blocking. All right, sure. All right, so they're dazing to get revolt. Well, that's okay. That's using a lot of cards to get rid of one small knight. But it's a good play. Oh no, not the follow-up Thoughtseize. That's not good for us, because we really wanted to drop a threat next turn. So do we draw extra cards here? And I think that we're interested in getting rid of the Bowmasters before we draw extra card. We could also get rid of the Tameo to kind of get that one away permanently, but they're going down on cards. So if we get to remove the Bowmaster, I think it's looking good for us here. We're actually going to do it. Well, you should have waited with bouncing the Tameo, because now they have a card to pitch to force, but we're still going to go for it. So because they've had answers for everything, so they might have a force. No, they didn't have a force, because they've not had a force yet this game, and they have had answers to everything we've done. And we also gave them kind of a free pitch with Tameo there as well. Another Bowmasters here would be a little bit sad. Barogoyf, no. Ninjutsu, yeah, that's also sad. Does it have hexproof, or what does it have? It has hexproof, yeah. All right. Yeah, that's unfortunate. Otherwise, we would have been able to bounce it if it didn't have hexproof. So we're not going to be able to challenge it as it looks right now. And that's unfortunate, but we'll be able to draw some extra cards here maybe. If we can double, we can use that. All right, so we'll put back planes, and then we'll pay 2 life to keep, or 4 life to keep the green sun. So what do we green sun for? That's the question. We can go for fungus, which allows us to draw a card. We can go for a reclaimer, which is going to be stunned. Go for a safekeeper, which we can prevent from being stunned, but it's not going to be good enough. I think the fungus is the correct target here. That's what we're going to go for. And then we can instant speed Talon Gates as well if we want to. So we have it in hand. We're going to be able to block Kaido and then sack the fungus, making the card draw a lot worse. That's unfortunate. Our Caracas has been so good for us. So we'll pay 2, and we're actually going to use the Caracas here if we draw something else that we want. So ending is nice. We can end Kaito next turn, because we have 4 different kinds of mana if they don't waste us. So that's Tameo. We flip Tameo directly here. Yeah, it's not looking good for us from this position. And the Fatal Push is brutal. If it was like Grixis Delver with bolts, I would have felt a lot better. But the push itself is kind of brutal. So now they will surveil 2 and not draw a card. And then we're going to try to end Kaito. Well, that's unfortunate. So we'll put Legolas on top. We'll put Plow on top. And then we are going to end. We'll do red, black, green, red, black, green, and white. See if that picks out the force. It did. So now they have 1 card in hand, but they're going to be able to activate both Tameo and Kaido. And they're keeping their wasteland up. That's good. Now we're going to be able to start drawing some cards as well. We know that we have a Plow on top, and I don't remember the second card, but it wasn't the cards that would save us. So now it's spiraling out of control. Kaido's a good card. Okay, now we're more interested in drawing the Plow than we were before. Right, force. So we're going to have to get the force out of the hand before we can get the Plow down. I'll use the ability. So Green Sun and Plow. Legolas will go on top. So Green Sun and Plow. I don't want to go down to 4 because then we're dead to Kaido, and so maybe we just go and try to get the counter magic out with crop rotation. So we'll do a crop rotation on their upkeep, and we'll see if that elicits counter spell. See if we can trick them. We got the counter spell off, and then we'll plow the Murktide. It's still not looking good for us, but at least we'll live another day. So now we have either one additional card draw in us, or we have or we have one more turn. We'll see what we find off the library. Another ending would be nice. Here we don't want to see another threat from. I said we don't want to see another threat from them. All right, let's see. So we can get a knight, but when we can protect it with Legolas. But if we get a knight and protect it with Legolas, we're dead because we don't have blockers enough. We can't do that in instant speed. We could get Safekeeper, which allows us to block, but they can just return the push as well. Yeah, let's go to the next game. We don't have any way out of that. All right, let's start sideboarding. So what do we like here? We like the getting lost. I do like myself an endurance. And then there is an argument for Chasm. They have Wastelands, which makes it a little bit worse. And they don't have anything that kind of, well, they have Tamio, but they didn't seem that they were the Reanimator package. They might have it in the board, I don't know, but we didn't see it game 1. It looked more like Blue-Black Tempo. And I like Chasm in that matchups better than the ones with Archons that can get value even without connecting. Disruptor Flute I don't think is good enough. Teague turns off our endings, so I don't really like it either. And there's no extraction of Macabre that I want here. There could be an argument for bringing a Force of Vigor, because I could see them bringing in like the Grafdigger's Cage or something like that, but we have the Fungus for that, and I think that it's better to stick to the Fungus. And then we have Deafening Silence, not in this game. All right, so that's the cards that we want to bring in. What do we want to bring out here? I always like when in these type of games, I like shaving 1 or 2 Mox Diamonds. So they can go. And then after that, you could see going down 1 crop rotation, although they're a wasteland deck, so that makes crop rotation a little bit better. I could see going down 1 library, because we won't really have time for library against your tempo plan. Yeah, I think going down 1 library is okay here. So we'll put in some more cards that could be relevant and get rid of some other cards that are also kind of relevant, but maybe not for this specific game. This matchup feels tough. It's not. So the thing is, when I face Delver, that's kind of the matchup that I do enjoy, and these decks are similar, but they try to fight on different axes, and the Blue-Black Tempo deck is hard to beat. I think it's a combination of kind of the threat package that they run in combination with Fatal Push as the main removal spell, because pushes are so much worse for us than bolts. I can also see maybe because they're going to keep Bowmasters in, they usually do, so I could see cutting a Safekeeper here as well as an alternative. Safekeeper and Dryad Arbor, I don't really like those cards against the Bowmasters, but the Safekeeper is a necessary evil. So we'll choose to start. We have it's not the best hand, but I think that we'll keep it. Go turn 2, you can go turn 1 Green Sun here, I think that's okay. So we'll go off of Savannah, because we need access to the mana, and we have a crop rotation for our second green, or we have a second green from Dryad Arbor for that. And then we can sand it for 1 next turn around days. So there's the cage that we talked about, so we can't sand it for 1. See, I know they would play the cage. So let's see, how far from the combo? 1 turn away from the combo, right? Because we play, so we can play Echoing Deeps here as a copy of the Heath, and then go Safekeeper. Yeah, so we'll go Safekeeper. And then we'll play Deep Depths as a copy of Heath, and then we'll attack with Dryad Arbor. And we'll see. If they have Bowmaster, they're probably going to go for it now, and in that case, we're going to see that our Safekeeper manages to survive that. We have a couple of excess lands, although we would like to start going for the combo soon, so we don't have that many excess lands. It's fun to see Cage. The only card it turns off for us is the Green Sun Sanet, but people always bring it in. Does that mean Green Sun Sanet is too good? Yeah, that's unfortunate. I'll take the crop rotation here, but that is what we signed up for, I guess. I was thinking about, so I was thinking, yeah, so at least we're going to go and be able to fetch the Lush Portugal. And then the magic god said, no, you're not, because you're going to draw it instead. Yeah, I guess we'll keep that on top. They haven't played any threat yet, so we'll try to do that for the first threat. Well, maybe not the first threat, but the first dangerous threat. A wasteland is okay. Here we want to find an uncounterable way to go for the bog and then block a Goyf, but they'll be able to wasteland us in that case. So that's probably not going to happen, but it would be fun. At least we have a lot of mana and nothing else going on. I don't know if that's good or bad, but that's what we have. There's the swords. We are going to keep the swords in our hand. Let the Goyf nag down our health a little bit. Now there are 2 of them. 2 is more than 1. And there's the Harbinger. All right, so we're going to make depths here, right? Because next turn we'll go, bearing that they have a force. Next turn we'll go Dark Depths from our graveyard, and then we'll plow the Harbinger. See if they have the force for it. We'll see. That's a Legolas, that's good. All right, do you have Force of Will? You do not. Great. All right. So then we won. We have Legolas. We have Safekeeper. I can't really see what can go wrong here. They knew about the depths as well, so they should not have played the Harbinger there. Harbinger. Maybe we need another Mox. But for what? Do we take away the Arbor because of the interaction with Bowmasters? If they brought out Bowmasters for game 2, they might bring them in now with the Safekeeper. Do we bring in Mox Diamond and just go off the libraries completely? I don't know. I can see us trading a little bit back and forth in the beginning, making the libraries a little bit better. We could go down a Knight. It's a 3-drop, but the thing is, it's kind of good when it's in play. Could see trimming on a Green Sun Sanet because of the Cage. Yeah, we'll do that. So we'll bring in a Mox Diamond and we'll cut a Green Sun because of the Cage. Yeah, this is a keep. Turn 1 Cage would be bad for us. Wait, I forgot. I wasn't supposed to say if it was going to be good or bad for us. What do I want to do here from a fetch standpoint? Because we saw Harbingers, so we want to be able to protect ourselves a little bit against the Harbingers, and that would mean going for a basic forest here. And I don't think so. I don't think it's wrong going for a basic forest here either, because of us having a flagstones there. And then the question is, so we can play Reclaimer into Daze or Green Sun Sanet and then have Daze up for Reclaimer next turn. So we'll do that. Also see if we can get out Bowmasters on our Arbors. And then also the possibility of them drawing a Cage as well. But we need to get started on the Tameo. And then next turn we're going to go Flagstones, keep Legolas up for our Reclaimer. Everything, of course, depending on that we get to go through this turn with nothing else. Okay, maybe they're keeping Brainstorm up for Tameo. Didn't we board out the libraries? No, I kept one library and I boarded out a Green Sun. Yeah, that is what we did. All right, so I'll play Flagstones here, and then we'll play a Reclaimer off the Dried Arbor, and that's in there. Now we're gonna protect it with the Reflexes, because it's both a way to the combo for us, and it's something that will allow us to play around the Harbinger as well, if that's something that's on its way. So push, we'll save it with the Reflexes. So it is saved. 2 clues. Not good. Because right now we both have 4 cards in hand, but if they start pulling ahead, so now they got to push us. Although they do have an incentive to try to flip Tameo soon to get back more pushes. And we are going to... that's a Plains, that's good. So what's the play here? We want to go both to fetch another Reclaimer and play the library. We'll start with going for another reclaimer. And then we're actually going to play into days here as well with the library. They fetched a basic swamp. Are they making a play here, or is it just that they want to crack a clue token to see if they can bind a card to their force or a force to their blue card? There was a card to their force, and then here we'll play a library off of, we maybe should have played that off the Thespian stage. The reason playing out the Thespian stage is that we draw into the combo naturally next turn. The planes we can hide because it kind of incentivizes them to go for the Harbinger again. Now they need to put down some pressure on our life as well. But I guess that a Murktide would do that. Alright, so it's Tameo flippin' time. And we have a Wasteland. But we are going to get to look at some cards at least. Alright, we'll keep those. So we'll start by playing a Reclaimer, and then we'll play a Thespian Stage, and then we'll pass the turn. So the Besayu we can use on their Wasteland if we want to. Getting back a Fatal Push, yeah, that's okay. We'll save that with the Reflexes. That will give us a Reclaimer next turn. Harbinger. Well, we have our planes here. So if we let this resolve, it should probably have wasted us before. So we could copy our flagstones with the Thespian stage, but then they'll just destroy our Thespian stage in response. Yeah, no, we just let this resolve. All right, well, that's good. Put on top of your library, and then we'll keep Swords to Plowshares. We'll play a Plains. Now they have 2 cards in hand, so the question is it permission, or is it our answer for Marit Lage? We'll see. So we got the Force of Will out at least. That's good. Now, if we are able to survive, we'll probably be able to get them next turn. So they have 2 cards here. Maybe we should have destroyed the clue token there. If we were able to destroy the clue token, we would have, they couldn't draw Force and blue card. We'll take 2 here. So Force blue card here is our enemy. Oh, that's good. Let's put you on top, and let's put you on top, like so. No, I forgot, they have the Wasteland already. So, because when we, they're going to be able to activate the Wasteland, so we need to first destroy their Wasteland, and then we'll go into the beginning of combat, see if they want to use their mana. They want to draw a clue. In response, we want to plow their Harbinger. We're going to get a Dark Depths trigger, and then they're going to be able to draw their clue. And then here we'll just keep all the protection up in the world. Maybe we could have solved this so we had a white mana up. Yeah, we should have a white mana up here. We have 3 cards, and then they can either go for push on the. They can go and get push. Oh no, they went for cantrip, but they could try to start by pushing our Reclaimer if they have the answer from Marit in hand, and then go after the Lage after that. And to play around that, we could have, like in their upkeep, gone for the phasing land, but that's bad if they already have the answer in hand. Now they're just cantripping, and now they're kind of looking for it. In this case, I think it's a little bit too late to go for the phasing land. Maybe we should have just gone for the phasing land in the upkeep and say that, yeah, you don't have your 1 card. All right, so that's a little bit unfortunate. We'll activate, and we're going to get a backup Depths, just in case they have the removal for the Marit Lage. That's not anti-Marit Lage. Is this anti-Marit Lage? Well, prop rotation is good, so now we can, yeah, they don't have Bowmaster's mana up. We'll put that on top, and then we'll see if we can attack them for lethal. No, they just bluffed the borrower. Made me a little bit scared there. No, so that was kind of interesting. We were able to kind of get some help with the Lages, with the Harbingers, and this is something that both makes Harbinger and Blood Moon matches easier and harder as well, because you're still playing with this really fragile mana base where you want to be able to both go and get your basics but build to your combo, but then sometimes your opponent helps you with the the combo there. So I think we were kind of lucky to draw into the removal in the last game, but without luck, we can't get anywhere. But otherwise, I think that we played them out well. There were some minor mistakes. We should have had white man up there some turn, and there was another one or two minor mistakes, but we weren't punished, and we were able to squeeze out the first victory. So I'll see you for the next game. And we're live for the next game. I think this is a keep, although it's a little bit shaky. But we could get there. Let's see, basic planes makes this a little bit worse. I don't like them basic planes. So I guess we play the Yavimaya here and go for the... No, we'll keep the safe keep. We'll go for the fungus. If this is death and taxes and they don't have a removal for the fungus, we might be able to destroy a veil or something like that. And we'll force them to kind of use a plow on a creature that we don't mind getting plowed. But if this is the blink death and taxes or whatever it's called now, we want to go and get our Caracas as quick as possible. So they plowed the fungus. Yep, I guess that's legit. That's a Caracas from their point of view. That's the Lion Sash. Well, I know what would have been nice against the Lion Sash, the thing that we don't have anymore. But. So here, I still think that Besaju is going to be a card that we maybe want to hold on to a little bit longer. So I'm going to play out the Wasteland here, and then have crop rotation up, because we want to go and get white eventually. Or we want to protect our Reclaimer. I think that's something that we want to do. So we'll get the step. Okay, so we have 3 plows out of them so far. That's good. And we'll be able to put an endurance in front of their Lion Sash next turn. Yeah, or end it. But I do think that we are going to put an endurance in front of their Lion Sash. The one thing that punishes us here is a Wasteland, but we'll see. And a Solitude, of course. But we also have removal up. Oh yeah, this is a new thing. Menace, lifelink, indestructible. Can't attack. 7 cards when one mark has injured. Yeah, sure. That's a good combo with Lion Sash. Well, if you're not attacking into me, I might as well plow you. I walked into that one, right? Of course, Caracas. So we'll exile the Sash. Yeah, I didn't think about that. They had Caracas up there. Should have gone for it, but yeah, we play more plows. Now we're going Baragoyf. Thespian stage, you say? Yeah, we'll play Thespian stage. Now, we could go and double block the Baragoyf here. Do they have any way to get another card type in the graveyard? We have swords. We don't have any creatures in the graveyard. Skyclave Apparition. So we will tap this for a green mana, and then we're going to save it. I think that we need to kill the Baragoyf now when we have the chance. Wait, we can't kill... Yeah, we can kill the Baragoyf if we exile their graveyard. Let's see, no, we have... Because the Baragoyf has the same thing as the other Goyf. So we have to target our own graveyard, then we should be able to do it. If we target our own graveyard, it'll shrink down and become a 2/3, and then we can double block it. I get to kill both, so it's not like it's a fantastic trade, but it's a way to get rid of it. Oh, there we draw them. Then we drew the Maze of Ith. Hey, let's get Wasteland Proof. Let's get Wasteland Proof. Boney. All right, so they want to be able to protect their stuff. So can we do anything fun with the Talon Gates? Yeah, we can play it out as a land. We'll phase out the Empire Bones. Because we can. Here's another one of those. Now they get to draw a card, lose a life. We'll untap the Emperor Bones. And then we need to draw something good here. That's something. And they get to draw another card. And we'll untap the thing. I don't know if we want to make them use their Wasteland now to be able to draw into Marit as an out. Probably. We'll do that. See if this elicits them to use the Wasteland. It does. And let's see if we can go for some kind of an out here. We could not. We'll take one more turn here, I guess. Cling to Dust as well. That allows you to draw a card. Bowmasters. I'm just going to save ourselves some time and see if I have anything fun on top. Yeah, no, I think we're dead here. Well, okay, we'll let them kill us. 4, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. And we have another. Yeah, that'll do. That will do. All right. Sideboarding. think that we bring in the Thrall. We'll take in Get Lost. Endurance might actually be relevant here. Oof is good against the Lion Sash. Maybe that's good enough. We'll see a little bit depending on what they have. The Chasm seems like a good card here. Flute. No flute. Once again, here we want to take away 1 or 2 Moxes. We'll take away 2 Moxes. The Bog is good and not good at the same time. I have Goyfs that care about the graveyard, but I think that we'll take that one away. We need to shave in some places. We'll put down 1 library. And then 1 more card. Maybe Endurance. Well, maybe Endurance isn't good enough. Or is it Oof? I will keep Oof. Yeah, we'll try this. We'll try with 1 Endurance, then we'll see if we reconfigure it anyone for the last game. Yeah, this is a keep. We'll see how good Oof is. No. I was like, yeah, I'll go for a basic forest. I had the basic forest in my hand. We have a lot of land, so if they want to start wasting us, I guess that's fine. Turn 1 Vile here, I guess is something that we might want to see. Not turn 1 Vile. I would just keep Reclaimer up. Hope that they don't have a plow in this position, because this is not, okay, or a push. Blink Dust, sure. So 2 mana up. Is it Flage time? We'll see. We'll at least go for the flagstones here. We can build all that's good. Here we have the Lush Portugal up. Here I like the Lush Portugal really, because now we have something to do with our land up here. So they're gonna play their doggy. No, the Containment Priest. Well, good for us that our hand turned out as it did, with Green Sun Senate not being kind of an option there. Do we go after the Containment Priest? Now we need to make some decisions. Yeah, you'll be able to Thoughtseize us. We can't really do anything about that. Let's see, which card do you feel is most terrifying? The answer to that question is probably not one of the Green Suns. No, it's the Knight. Yeah. White Orchid Phantom. Yes, that's okay. What is your target? I want to go for a land of your own. Attack with Containment Priest. No? All right. Let's do that. So let's go and get the plains, I guess. And then we will get a wasteland or another flagstones. So next turn we're gonna play the Thrall, I guess. And in that case, yeah, we'll get another flagstones. And then we're gonna go for the Portugal here, the Lush thing. We can actually keep that on top. They might attack into this position here, and then we know that we'll be able to trick them with Endurance. I also see a play here being Doorkeeper Thrall and Reclaimer to kind of build our mana, go for a wasteland. They might have more Caracas in hand. Yeah, I think so. With 5 cards in hand and no plow, if we just play Endurance and it gets plowed, it's such sad for us. So we are going to, in the end step, probably get our Reclaimer plowed, and then we'll get a land here, and that land is Wasteland, Caracas, or Mesa Vith. All of them are cards that we want, but we're going for the Wasteland here. And we got the Disruptor Flute, so we'll flash in the Doorkeeper Thrall. Well, that's a card that I can stand behind. So, what's the play? Well, the play must be to get rid of the Containment Priest, and then Senate for 1. Go and get Safekeeper or Fungus. We'll go and get Safekeeper. And then we will either go for the Fungus. We can do that next turn. Yeah, we'll just keep up Reclaimer now. We could have attacked with the Doorkeeper Thrall. Now here we go for Maze of Ith, or we go for Caracas. Depends a little bit. Yeah, that's the thing that we probably want to get Caracas for. Now they have, kindly enough, turned off Wasteland from their point of view as well. So we will still go for, we'll go for Caracas here. And that's Reclaimer. So here we'll send it for 1. Get our Fungus. And then we'll just pass the turn. Emperor or Bones, yeah. Did we bring out, yeah, we brought out the Bog. Barrowgoyf, destroy target artifact. So here we just go for the Lage, right? So we will go for Thespian Stage, go for Dark Depths, keep them all without counters. And then we have 3 activations on Safekeeper. Let's see if 3 activations on Safekeeper are enough. We have 2 activations of Safekeeper. What can that one do? Yeah, that's okay, I guess. Wait, it has haste. It has haste. That was so I should probably have exiled it. Yeah, I missed that it had haste. All right, so here we are dead. Probably. Yeah, I should have exiled it. I got an extra layer of removal there. Maybe it was wrong to go for it there as well. I don't know. Felt like they were kind of turning the corners. Well, at least we get to kill the Goyf. Yeah, so they are so not dead in so many ways. Let's see. We needed to draw land there to be able to protect against the Caracas. Yeah, we'll attack with the Lage. They're going to block with the Phantom. All right, they're not going to block with the Phantom. Yeah, because the thing there is that because if we attack with the Doorkeeper's Roll, it kind of turns off if they have any ETB creatures. Now at least we have them down a little bit in life. Like a land drop here and the Legolas quick reflexes, and we might have something going. But this would have looked so much better if we pulled off endurance the way that we were supposed to. Yeah, you can eat up my depths. Oh, that's a land. It's not of the right colors. Now the 5/5 is coming out off as well. So if we attack with everything here, they block the Reclaimer, they block the Doorkeeper's Roll, and then if they have removal, if they have a flash threat, yeah, if they have the dog here, we're completely dead, so we're not going to attack here. Because we're thinking that if they have removal, we can save Safekeeper from it. But if they have another blocker here, we're really dead. Or a way to gain life like that, like Cling to Dust. And maybe that was in the grave. Yeah, that was in the graveyard all the time. I just forgot about that one. It was even better not to go for it there. That could have also been solved with Endurance. Clave, a apparition. Yes, what do you target? Nothing, because you can't target anything. You can take my Thespian Stage away. Sure, I'll take that. Give myself some kind of out. Let's see, exile 5 other cards. Maybe we just get rid of the Cling to Dust. There is 7 cards in exile, so you can block there. So do we get rid of their... Now it's looking really bad for us. So we get rid of their... graveyard? No, because we have the Doorkeeper's Roll down, so we, yeah. Only the best place. So we could probably just flashed out the Endurance earlier and swung him for the victory. Is that what you're saying? Is that what you're telling me? That we could have won? I think that winning is a lot more fun than losing. But from this position, there's kind of nothing. So we'll concede the game here. Unfortunate, but that's the way it is. I think that we had some routes to winning the second game. Maybe going for the Marit Lage was a little bit ambitious. But then also we could have saved... well, we couldn't have with Endurance, right? If we had Doorkeeper's Roll down, we couldn't have saved it or gotten the extra damage out there, but we could have played Endurance and then maybe had some good attacks, although we did have the Empire up. Yeah, maybe just going for the Marit plan there was wrong, and we should have gotten some more value lands. This is a game where we had like a Saga or something like that. It would have been nice to go for the Saga. But yeah, we'll take this one and go to the next. And we are prepared for the next. We get to start this game. Yeah, we keep these kind of hands, especially now when we have the Lush Portugal in our deck. We're gonna play a Winslow Tip because the Sanity is for 1 drop. Flooded Strand. All right, let's see if you stifle. You don't stifle. Dark Depths. Yeah, we'll keep it on top. If not, to kind of, well, they're going to know which deck we are now, but it's also good because now we kind of have a route to the combo as well. With that said, because we do have a route to the combo, no, they're a force deck. I was thinking about maybe going for Safekeeper, but I think we're going to go for the Reclaimer here. So you have something that you want to do. Oh, you're this deck. Tomb Reanimate here would really, really suck. But we can't play around in Tomb Reanimate from that position, so we might as well. But in Tomb Reanimate here would be really bad for us. Well, that's not in Tomb Reanimate at least. Oh wait, this is Esper. I've seen an Esper deck going around. This might be that deck. So we could play Knight into Days, or we could, because we might be playing Knight into Days next turn as well. But it would be cool to have something up. So what can they do? They can play and flip Tameo. We could play the Goif. Yeah, no, I think we need to shove Knight here. Let's see if we can work up towards a turn where we can combo. Yeah, that's the Days. I mean, the Days was going to get us anyway, because the thing is that we're not guaranteed to make a land drop next turn, and then we'll sit with kind of the same decision. Say that they don't play anything that makes us use our crop rotation or Swords of Plowshares. We'll gun a whole turn cycle without doing anything. Now at least we're playing out some of the cards. Yeah, Strix is okay. No basic here is sad. Otherwise we could be able to do something fun with the stage there, but we have the crop rotation up if they go for a wasteland. And you went for a wasteland. So do we copy their wasteland here? Yeah, we can copy their wasteland and then kind of force the action. There's also a play there of going for a basic crop rotating, but that's a little bit harder to get moving. So here we're at least forcing stuff to happen. The thing is that we're playing against a plow deck and they've just shown us one plow, so I don't want to go for the combo here either. So we could turn off their Murktide. You get a Maze of Ith, a Wasteland. I think we'll at least have the possibility of going for the combo. That's not the card that we were looking for, and if we play down our Dark Depths here, we're kind of forcing the action. The action being that if they have the plow in hand, we're quite dead there. In that situation, we're not attacking. Well, that's good. So now we have one layer of protection. We could send it to them their turn and then in their update, but we can't play around double plow here. The situation isn't getting better for us, and we're like one wasteland away from danger, so we're gonna go for it on their upkeep, because if they play a wasteland in their deck, okay, that's the Bowmasters, that's okay. So double plow will get us, but they just have one white source, so that's something working for us. We'll go off the Caracas here as well, so we don't get completely blown out. And then we can plow the Strix. So what we don't want to see here is double white, because that means that they can go for removal both on their turn and our turn. Thoughtseize would be bad as well, but then we sequence plow Strix. No, I'm thinking plowing Strix around Days. All right, now we'll plow Strix around Days. We'll play the quick reflexes, but they have double white now, so we'll be dead to removal on our turn. Nope, they didn't have removal on our turn. Great. So yeah, I think that's an interesting situation where we could make the game go a little bit longer as well. I don't think that it favors us from that position with the cards that we had in our hand. So I think that going for it there is okay. I'm not 100% sure though. All right, so I like Get Lost. Do I like Get Lost? I think that Get Lost is okay. So Get Lost is okay. They're probably going to bring Cage off. Do we think that Force of Vigor is good enough to battle Cage? No, we don't. The Flute here could turn off Wasteland, which is okay from our perspective. So turning off Wasteland, but I'm not sure that that's the way to battle it. Endurance here, they have the Goif and Murktide. I think that's a good enough argument for it as well. And then Thrall, what does that turn off? That turns off Bowmasters, that's not good enough. Once again, we'll bring out some diamonds. They might have Harbingers, I don't think they will, but they might. And then what else? We'll keep the Fungus in because of the cards that we talked about. I think that Library is okay here. I like the Besage You. I don't really have anything that I want to cut here. Maybe we cut a Library in that case. But this is kind of the games which Library is here for. So the question is Klasm or Endurance. Maybe Excavator as well could be one there. But no, I like to have some kind of value target as well. I will just submit 62 cards. I have to think that one out in the future. Yeah, we're pretty dead to Wasteland, but we'll keep Thoughtseize here. Yeah, that's a reason for not to mulligan. We need to keep track of the cards that they know that we have. They took the Reclaimer, I guess that's valid. We're down to 4 cards. Let's go for the lands. See if that hurt them. Probably not. And they wouldn't have started with Thoughtseize if that would have hurt them. But it still makes it a little bit more awkward for them to kind of play out. So another Thoughtseize. Crop Rotation or Get Lost, I guess, are the potential. Oh yeah, they don't know about Library. They might go for Library as well. Yeah, let's not do the showing them the cards. It's just going to be confusing for me. So none of the cards are that. So you go for the Library. Does that mean that you don't have pressure? Probably. So here I like going for Safekeeper because they know about Safekeeper. They're not going to daze Safekeeper, and they might have a push. So either they push the Safekeeper or... Well, the bad thing here is if they do have Wasteland, because they haven't had incentive. Yeah, maybe because of the risk of Wasteland, we should have played Reclaimer there. Let's play that one. We're not going to do any targets there. Bowmasters here is bad for our Safekeeper. Brainstorm, so they're looking for either a blue card for force or a force. Do we save the Reclaimer if they push it? I guess we do. But we don't have another land drop lined up. We could be bad for us as well. We'll see if there's a push in our future. We could have attacked with the Safekeeper there probably. Yeah, attacking with Safekeeper there is free. We don't want to see Wasteland, so we'll save it. I think we have a lot of lands in the deck, so we'll save the Reclaimer and see if we can get anywhere. It's a Wasteland, yeah. That's kind of what I was fearing the most. Did they find it off the pond or did they have it all the time? I don't know. See if this extra damage that we forgot, that we missed, is going to affect anything in the end. Oh, there's a land at least. Now we are risking it by attacking, but I think that we need to attack, see if we can get anywhere here. Because if they have the Bowmasters here, it's really bad for us. They probably played the Bowmaster if they had it. But now that extra damage is really getting in here. So do we go for Dryad Arbor? Yeah, let's do that. Let's get the beats down. Let's get the beats down. Let's see if it's something that you keep on top or put on the bottom. They kept it on top. Yeah, you can plow the Safekeeper. So yes, that extra point of damage is one more turn for them right now, and they're probably going to be able to... I mean, they kept the card on top, yeah. All right. It's not over, but it's not looking good. We need to draw some lands. That's not a land. That's a threat that I don't like. White land now, please. That's a white land. It gives them life, but it allows us to survive. So now we just need to keep drawing lands. No, not surgical. Plows. Why would you do that? That's really mean. That was really mean of you. Now Get Lost is our last removal. At least we have tons of crop rotations. Murktide. Oh, Murktide, you kill so quickly. That's not the savior. That's not the savior at all. Yeah, this game could have gone a little bit different there on like the 5th or 6th turn, where we had the possibility to kind of play it another way. They're playing this person now as well. Yeah, I guess that's good. All right, Caracas. So... you're saying there is a chance. You're gonna get their map tokens, but I still think we need to do this. It's the Murktide is what is killing us right now. So they'll be able to map twice, and then we'll be able to bounce it unless they draw another Wasteland. That's a Wasteland. Ah, darn it. The map tokens aren't free. Maybe we take a hit maybe we do. So we're playing around days by doing it pre-combat, or pre them drawing a card. But maybe we're supposed to play around them drawing 2 cards with the maps. Yeah, because now we are gonna be dead. But I guess, I mean, if they have a cantrip, they're gonna get that Wasteland eventually anyway. So it's gonna kill us. It's not kind of the... Yep, we're dead. Unfortunate. At least we won the first game. Doorkeeper Thrall turns off their Strixes. Is that good enough? Turns off their Strixes and their Bowmasters. And maybe turning off their Strixes and the Bowmasters is good enough. And then we'll just get rid of the endurances. Endurances. So if we get rid of the endurances and we play Thrall to turn off their Strixes and their Bowmasters, if they still have the Bowmasters in, we'll play first. This is not a hand we can keep. We could go turn 1 Dried Arbor, and then if they kill that, we're really bad off. Yeah, we'll keep this hand here. Put back Dark Depths. And we'll play the Heath out. Probably going for a Survey Land. And I think that second game would have been winnable. I mean, when they go Thoughtseize down tons of cards, it makes me want to believe that there was a way to win that. Okay, Lush. Find me something luscious. I think that's for later. I mean, it would be good for the upcoming Wasteland, but we need to be able to find other ways to manage the mana. So now we have 2 layers of removal. That's a good draw. Oh, here we'll play Yavimaya. And then next time I'm planning on playing Nights around Days. Yeah, Brainstorm I will allow. Night around Days with Crop Rotation up, but Crop Rotation will play into Days. We're a little bit threat light in this here hand. We should be able to take care of their first. The problem is if they go Tamiyo as their first threat and have Brainstorm mana up, because then it will cost us both the Plow and the Ending. Plow and they'll flip it, and then we'll have the Ending on our turn. Alright, if this is Murktide, yeah, Murktide is okay. Let's see if this is forcible. It is not forcible. Do we play the Crop Rotation here? No, we don't. Well, that's even better. That's an even better protection. And then we will play Knight here. See if they have the Force anyway. They did have the Force. Well, I guess that's so well played from their part. So now we need to find another threat. If they go for something legendary, we could. Let's Crop Rotate here and go for a Caracas. Or we could go for a Wasteland and try to get rid of their white mana. Alright, Days. I'm not going to pay for Days, but I will go and use the ability from Flagstones. And we'll get a Plains in case they play something there. They should probably get the Ending here. Or the Legolas is also good, I guess, if they have something to some kind of removal that they want to resolve. Right now we can end for 3. And they took the Ending. Yeah, that's the reason for the Ending. Oh, that's good. Do they have a Brainstorm? I guess we'll see. It's not getting better. I had 2 cards in hand. They did not have the Brainstorm. Okay. Paragoyf. Maze of Ith. That's the complete opposite of Maze of Ith. Now we don't have any endurance in our graveyard either. See if they hit any creatures. They did not. That's good at least. Strix is not the thing that is killing us right now. Well, that's a card at least. That is a card at least. So unfortunately we don't have Wasteland in our graveyard. We'll grab the Flagstones. I mean, this isn't... Here it's like, yeah, I would have wanted that card to be something else, but that is not what the magic gods are giving us right now. So we're trying to get this game over with. I respect that. I will try to hinder it, but I will also respect it. Okay, let's see. That's not something that kills us. So I think this game here, the third game, has been... not that many decisions that I could have done anything against. I think this is the second game is the game that we had a chance of winning if we played a little bit different. Come on, that's not the card that we want. Now I'm in a position where I don't want to play out anything from my graveyard, so I won't. I'll play the Savannah. And then we'll see. There's not much right now that I feel can save us. Especially not with the Wasteland out now either. Maybe we should have played the Winds with Heat out in the case. I don't think that it's right from them, but if they play Harbinger, could have gone for a basic forest. So now the Baragoyf is coming big. Alright. One more turn. See if they hit anything on their third hit. Nope, they did not. So if they try to remove the excavator here. I think we're just gonna let it die. Well, that at least is something that could be something, unless they have counter magic. So what do we do here? We go for knight. It's not a big knight. We can play Yavimaya, make it a little bit bigger. So if we go for knight, I don't think we have any out here. But I think that whatever the out is, it starts with going for knight. That's what it starts with. They have hard cast force to will up, yeah. Alright, so they're surgically my knights. Yeah, that's smart. Is fungus the play here? Or reclaimer? I think reclaimer is the get here. Then we block the Paragoyf with Ramanip. Yeah, I mean, we need to save it. It's not even large. It's not even a large reclaimer. It didn't shuffle with Ponder either. That's just not looking good. Alright, let's block. Yeah, we're dead. Yeah, that's too bad. Yeah, I think the second game was the game where we had a chance. The third game we felt kind of run over on. But yeah, too bad. See you for next game. And we're live for game number 4. We'll keep this. It's a little bit on the slower side, but it's a turn 2 knight, turn 2 excavator. It could be good, a little bit depending. Okay, so this is Delver. Then it's a little bit worse. Well, we could go turn 1 library. I guess that's a good start. Get rid of the extra flagstones, actually. I mean, it's not a fantastic start, but it might nope, no days. I said it might draw out a days, but it did not. Probably rightful as well. All right, let's see. Do you flip? You do not. Is that a wasteland, or what does that mean? So we'll see what they want with the Ponder. They did not shuffle. We're going full aggro. I like full aggro. Let's hope for a couple of removal spells here. That's a couple of removal spells. Here we can actually... So we could keep the fungus. If we keep them, they're probably going to flip the Delver next turn. We could keep the fungus for 4 life. So we have 2 plays this turn. Yeah, we'll do that. Because we're not going to play the knight here. We want to stem the bleeding a little bit. So if they're going to flip the Delver, it's going to be 3. But I think that the Dragon Rage, they're going to flip the Dragon Rage soon anyway. We'll get rid of the Delver. Then we'll play the fungus. It's going to die to a bolt, but we have a lot of stuff that's going to die to a bolt. Maybe one play there is to play the Dark Depths as well. Kind of depends if they're the Wasteland or not. Double Dragon Rage Chandler. Now you just need 1 more card type and you will attack. So now you are going to attack for a lot of damage. But if we get to do the Marit, it's going to be good. They're going to see a lot of cards here. And we have 2 turns. They're binning Lightning Bolt. That never feels good when they're binned the Lightning Bolts. I could see a situation here. If we draw Wasteland, we're going to go after the red mana. So that goes on top. And then we'll put the Mox Diamond on top. So I guess we need to play the Knight here. Yeah, we need to play the Knight here. I mean, because we know that there are 2 bad cards on top. Yeah, they're gonna force that anyway. The thing was that I thought, we know that there are 2 bad cards on top, so one thing we could do is play the Ramanap and then play the Flagstones from the graveyard. But yeah, it's looking rough from this position here. But they're out. It starts with a Bayuka Bog, I guess. They just put 1 card in the graveyard as well. Does that mean that they found a Bolt or another Wasteland? There are a lot of possibilities. Or another threat. Yeah, that probably will flip as well. So this means that we are dead. Yep, we are dead. Well, yeah, because we can't shuffle. Yeah, we're dead. We'll concede the game and go to sideboards. So what can we board in here? We can board in Get Lost, Endurance, and Chasm. Doorkeeper Throw does nothing. Otherwise, we don't have anything here. They're going to bring in Cage as well. They're going to bring in Cage. Of course, they're going to bring in Cage. But I think that we're good off without it anyway. So we're going to take out Caracas and 2 Mox Diamonds. We could also keep a Caracas in for a Sylvan Library. Now, Caracas doesn't do anything against our creatures and nothing against their creatures. Now we'll keep 2 libraries in. Generally, you want to take them out in this game matchup, but yeah, we'll try. We'll keep this hand. If they want to go turn 1 Wasteland against us, well, then we're dead. But I don't think, if the board looks like this, you have no incentive to go for turn 1 Wasteland. Turn 1 Bolt there is something, or turn 1 Unholy Heat is something that you could go for. So do we play the Wasteland game with them? It's not something that I generally recommend doing against Delver. So if we plan the next couple of turns here, we're going to want to green some for 1, but if possible, we want to do it around days. So we could go Wasteland Fungus. That keeps that makes the Sanit so far away. Yeah, no, we should have gone Dried Arbor here. Yeah, should have gone Arbor. Yeah, that was just bad. That was just bad. All right, so they have Delver. Night. So do we keep Fungus up or do we play into Daze? Guess we play into Daze here. I'll start with attacking. They don't have Murktide right now. I don't like playing into Daze, but it's something that we eventually have to do, so we'll do that. Also, if they rip a cage or something like that, it's a little bit less good. Do they have the Bolt here? Is that what this means? They're going to do the Delver trip. But they have a Ponder from the last turn, so they probably have set this up to flip. That's a Ponder that they flip it on. So what do we want? We want to draw lands. We want to draw lands before they get to Murktide mana. Start dropping threats. Oh, they bolt the Reclaimer. Do they waste us here? Waste the Yavimaya, I guess, is a good play. Or the Arbor. I probably should have, I think they should have gone after the Yavimaya there. All right, let's see if we can get on one more Reclaimer. Now they have Murktide up as a possibility, and that's something that we can't really handle right now. Another Murktide or another Wasteland. Kind of devastating for us. Yeah, that's a Murktide and a Wasteland. So Murktide and Wasteland are really devastating for us. Yeah, that's the game. Oh my god. Oh my god. That was both of the worst 2 things that could happen. Could I play it around it some way? I don't know. I don't know. So what do we need to do here? Sacrifice the Fungus and hope that we hit kind of like Talon Gates, or Talon Gates needs to be, or we go for Maze of Ith, but that's not going to be good enough. Let's see, 10. Yeah, we're going to be at bolt range with the fetch there as well. Yeah, we'll see. I don't think we have any outs here, but we'll see. We need to do something really crazy, like catch Talon Gates here. I think that's the best play that we have. Should have fetched an our turn. Now they can bolt. We could also go for a Talon Gates. Could have gone for a Talon Gates there. Yeah, that would probably have been better. Yeah, maybe that's the play. Fetch on our turn. Now we're just dead. Yeah, maybe it's fetch on our turn, go for Talon Gates. Yeah, that's probably the play. I mean, it wouldn't have saved us for that long, but we could have drawn into a plow or something like that. Yeah, rough. After a good start to the league, we're down 3 games. Let's see if we can at least salvage a 2-3. All right, we're live from the last game. We're going to start. Maybe because we had so much problems with the mana last turn, maybe we just should have exiled the endurance to keep Murktide from happening. So now we're gonna go for the turn 1 Knight. I always go for the turn 1 Knight. I am not sure that it's correct, but if you have the play, you have the play. It's not even a good play, but I like it. All right, you took my swords to plowshares. That was not kind. Oh, so turn 1 Knight was okay, I guess. We couldn't have done anything. Let's see, Jack-o'-lantern. We have Jack-o'-lantern, Poxwalkers, Pact. It's the classic. All right, let's go to sideboard. Let's go to sideboard. At least we have some stuff here. Maybe Deathing Silence. Yeah, it slows down the game. Do we bring in the flute? No, I don't think the flute is good enough. Here we can take away some stuff. I don't know if the plows are good enough here. I don't think the Legolas reflexes are good enough, at least. Take away Maze of Ith. I don't think ramming up does anything in this match as well. Do we ship it like this? Let's see. Our green count is a little bit low, but it'll do. It could take away the Sejiri step, but it's good to have if we want to kind of protect the Teague. Yeah, we'll send it like this. I would like to play first. Yeah, we'll keep turn 1 Deafening Silence off of Savannah. So here's because we have endurance, pitchcast endurance to crop rotation as well. I think that turn 1 Deafening Silence will slow them down a little bit. It will, of course, allow them to... They're down to 5 cards already. But I think that turn 1 Deafening Silence is the play here. I have the plows in. What do I have the plows in for? Is it the Poxwalkers? Maybe. So we'll start with Deafening Silence. Slow them down a little bit at least. Fortunately, the discard is quite good here. All right, that's promising. That's not promising. Would have loved that Plow was another card here. I don't think keeping double Plow up is good, so we'll keep Thespian Stage up if we draw something juicy. Well, we could have kept it going because if we want to crop rot something. So we're just going to play some Drago here. Sure. That's a Reclaimer. We'll play the Reclaimer. Tapping us off of crop rotation, unfortunately, but this will allow us to do some stuff, and it might make them go for something as well, which makes us be able to endurance it. So second Reclaimer is a clock. So we'll play second Reclaimer, and then we're going to activate the first Reclaimer. Now we have crop rotation. We have Yukabog and endurance up. We're actually going to go for Yavimaya here to fix our mana. Not sure that we're going to need... or we just go for flagstones. Yeah, let's just go for flagstones. Yeah, we drew Yavimaya like the pro players we are. So double Reclaimer activation up here should be good. Can build it out so we have the Marit Lage. So they're going to go to their end step. Before discard, we're going to activate Reclaimer. Use Flagstone's ability. We'll get the Savannah, and we'll get a second Flagstones. And then we're going to activate Sacrifice the lands. Activate Flagstones, go and get yes on that. Go and get planes, and then we will also get ourselves a Dark Depths. See what they discard. Dread Return. So let's see, we need 3 mana. That means that we can both crop rotate and do some stuff. So we'll attack with the Reclaimer here, one of them. And we'll keep the rest of it up. I don't think we need to play Safekeeper. Force of Vigor, yes. So you've sculpted your hand, so you should have something good here. Alright, when the Narcomoeba triggers, we are going to activate our Reclaimer and go and get a Bog. And we'll target you with a Bog, and we'll see what happens. Actually keeping Safekeeper is good as well, because we have Endurance. Maybe we should have started with Endurance. Oh, that worked. Well... So for the last game, are there any changes here? No, we'll just submit it as it is. And this time we need to find Macabre or Surgical Extraction. I think the plows are still wrong to have in. Maybe we just go 2 flutes against 2 plows. So here we have 1 layer. I think this is good enough. So I think that, yeah, we'll keep 1 layer of protection up, which is Endurance, pitching Green Sun. And then after that, we'll have crop rotation up. So kind of depends on how good of a hand they have. If they need to build up, this is looking even better. Fortunately, we won't be able to go both Reclaimer and crop rotation. Well, Thoughtseize is unfortunate. But they're down on 3 cards at least. So either Endurance or crop rotation here. Which one are you most afraid of? Endurance allows us to maybe go for Reclaimer on turn 1. Oh, maybe they have. No, they don't have. Great. So Talon Gates. Too bad we have Echoing Deeps on our hand. But we'll do like this, and then we'll waste... Well, yeah, I don't think that they will be able to get us from 2 cards, so we'll work up towards Reclaimer here. We could have kept crop rotation up, but I think so from 2 cards, if they can kill us from 2 cards, that's good, I guess. But now we can start building out our hand here. So we're not gonna take this one tapped. So let's start building out our mana here. We're gonna sacrifice it and get flagstones. Land here would be great. That's not a land. What we can do here is that we can go and continue building out our mana. We can start keeping multiple layers up next turn. This is kind of the turn where they want to go. If they have, if they can beat one layer, they need to go now. Seems like they can't beat one layer, so we'll sacrifice the flagstones. Get Savannah and then get flagstones again. So eventually we want to, oh, that's good. That's good indeed, but it doesn't, so it doesn't play around them just dropping their creature. So I think we need 2 layers of protection up here, and we need both crop rotation and reclaimer. No, we can't. I forgot. We have the Echoing Deeps in the graveyard. So we actually just have 1 layer of protection up here. But that worked anyway. Lucky us. Now we can start doing something with the thing here. So here I guess we get the Lush Portugal and see what we can find. We'll put that in the graveyard. That's a Thespian stage. That's good. So now we will play Deafening Silence. So Spirit Guide. Oh, that's harder for us. Let's see, so what can we do here? Here we would need a Glacial Chasm. Did we bring that in from the sideboard? We did not. So if we had a Glacial Chasm here, we would be fine, but we do not. Can we make Marit Lage to pad up our life? Can't. Let's see at least what we have in our toolbox. But Glacial Chasm here would of course be good. Should have thought of them going into Charbelcher territory. Well, they still need to activate it, right? We should have probably double wastelanded them here as well. I can like do 50 damage. I was thinking I could plow a Marit Lage and then get us up to 40 life, but that won't do it. And we need kind of a disruptor flute. We didn't bring anything. Did we bring in Collect Roof? No, we didn't bring in Collect Roof. Yeah, but we have the thing that kills the artifacts, so we're fine there. Yeah, we're fine there. We're exactly fine there. So we'll kill the Charbelcher. Now, unfortunately, we're dead to the other part of the deck. We'll see if they have the other part of the deck. No, they did not. And they did not want to continue playing. All right, so we picked apart the Oops All spells. I'll see you for the wrap-up. All right, welcome to the wrap-up. So kind of a rough league, a 2-3 result. The Delver match felt rough to lose. That's one of the matches where we're kind of favored, so it's not the match that we should lose. The other ones were fine. They could have gone the one way or the other way. I'm not discouraged of playing the deck. I just want to kind of look through and see what configuration I want to play and how to attack. I think there were some good cards here and cards that we can continue building on. And I think that there's some inclusions that we might be able to look a little bit closer on. So playing green-white without Saga means that we have a little bit more flex slots. They could be Once Upon a Time, for example, which helps us both with our mana situation. And we could also main deck a Collect Roof or a Gaddock Teague if you feel that's something that we're lacking. The endings are also cards that can go in and out. I like having a little bit more of reactive spells in the main deck. We could also look at splashing a color. If you splash black, it's for Bowmasters and Thoughtseizes. I'm not sure that would have helped. Yeah, and a Grist, of course. Or we can go for red, and then we'll have some blasts and Minsk and Boo, and and we'll also have the thing that fights when it comes in. So there are some options to look at there, but I'm gonna continue working on the deck. Sage is also one of these cards, but it wasn't out there the last game. So yeah, I need to sit down and think a little bit on ins and outs, but I'll be revisiting the deck soon. I'm not sure that the next league might be something different, but then I'll be revisiting this deck and see how far we can take it. So a couple of misplays in some places, a couple of good plays in other places as well. 2-3 could have been a 3-2. If we were really lucky, a 4-1, but I don't think that we reach a 5-0 today. So I think that's an okay result and something to continue building on. So take care of yourselves, stay safe, and I'll see you in the future.